Top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack. How everybody doing today? You know, hey man, we being at our best. We building a team of self through thinking, man. How am I One Stack maniacs? Yeah, I like that, man. I like the sound of that. Man, we some One Stack maniacs around here, man, and you are too. Because One Stack stands for there's only one standing ahead of Christ, right? So we some maniacs about that, man. We embrace that kind of stuff. I hope everybody having such a beautiful day, man. It's out here beautiful in sunny Las Vegas. It's just beautiful because we all woke up today. It's beautiful because I get to drop y'all some videos. It's beautiful that you get to embrace those videos. You know what I'm saying? First of all, shout out to my man Value Lux. Value Lux, man. Y'all need to go check out his channel. You know, he's very motivational. You know, I mess with it. I endorse it. You know, I love watching this content. Just got done watching some more of it. And that brother got a whole lot of stuff to say, man. And, you know, it led me to make this video right here, man. You know, and it's just real simple. You know, what is your why? What is your why? And a lot of y'all, man, when I say what is your why, you're like, what do you mean? What is my why for what? What is your why for doing what you do in life? So let me give y'all a little background on me. And I'm gonna tell y'all what my why is, why I leave y'all these videos every day, why I do these consultations every day, you know, why I do these classes, why I get up at 3 a.m., why I show it, really pretty much why I show it to you, why I show it to you guys. See, I'm 47 years old, guys. Back in my day, when we were sitting in school, the only thing that we had on our mind was our schoolwork. We had our schoolwork, right? We had our schoolwork, what my mama probably was gonna cook when we got off of school, or what girl I was trying to smash when I got out of school, you know, maybe because I had a couple hours before my parents got home. That's the only thing I was thinking about. You know, I didn't have nothing else on my mind but those three things. That allowed me to do what? Focus, guys. You know, we used to focus. We didn't have all of these and all this stuff right here. You know, so our focus wasn't broken by texting all day at school. It wasn't by, you know, looking at these text messages and saying, oh, well, I got to do X, Y, and Z when I get out of school. See, we were able to see, a lot of y'all don't think like this. We back in those days, you know, we were able to take our minute of time or our hour within that, you know, within that day or whatever, and just concentrate fully on everything we wanted to concentrate on until we got home. Now, here's what would happen, man. A lot of y'all youngsters, y'all don't know nothing about this. See, now, when you got home, you had to get done with your homework. So you got done with your homework, and only then, because see, it wasn't no, you know, when your house phone was out, see, it wasn't no cell phones. When your house phone was out, you know, it wasn't no three-way at the time. So you just had one line, and you hope to get on that phone with maybe one person throughout that day, maybe one person for a few minutes. Cause all of y'all, man, in the 40 and up crew, y'all already know what your mom was gonna say. Boy, y'all better get off that phone cause somebody trying to call. Your mom will pick up the other phone and tell you, man, get up off this phone. Somebody trying to call, I need to use the phone. So guys, this was not a big deal right here, you know, this phones and communication. You know, we were more focused on what we was trying to be, where we was trying to go in life. But now we're going to fast forward to the younger generation. See, I got a 27-year-old. And I always told her coming up that her generation, your generation, a lot of y'all generation, you guys was cursed. And it's not even your fault. You know what I mean? Because this is what they did. With your generation, they gave you guys these right here. And what did that do? Let me tell you what that did with a lot of y'all. This is what it did with a lot of y'all. First of all, it messed up your ability to learn how to communicate properly. It messed up your conversation. A lot of you guys didn't develop conversation because you was too busy texting on these phones. You know, a lot of you guys don't have the, and it's no disrespect to anybody's age group, because it's all love with Coach One Stack over here, Uncle One Stack if you have it. You know, it's all love over here, you know, but these phones have caused a lot of your guys' generation to be the most smartest, dumb generation that I know. There's so much illiteracy going on in the younger generation. Why? Because when y'all got these phones, y'all started texting and abbreviating stuff. You didn't have to learn how to spell the words. You didn't have to look in dictionaries anymore. See, when I was growing up, we had to go to the library and look at encyclopedias. I had an encyclopedia set at home. You dig? I had an encyclopedia set at home. And when you went to the library, you had to, if you wanted information, you had to pull these little things out and get these cards. There was called a card catalog to look up information. I never touched a computer until I got to college. You know, we had one computer class at school, and you had to have that class to even. So I never touched a computer until I got to college. Okay, so the thing is, your generation had it so easy, but it really scorns you guys in a way because now you don't know how to communicate. You don't know how to appreciate the small things in life. See, you guys are, when you guys are texting with this phone, you don't realize it that it's 60 seconds in a minute, right? Now, if you got 2 or 3 people texting you at one time, you have 2 or 3 people trying to use the same 1 minute of time. So y'all ask me, man, what does this have to do with why Coach One Stack? Why you do what you do? Why you do what you do? Well, why I do what I do is I'm doing everything within my power to bring the old school feeling back. The most basic way of doing things. The most basic way. Because as my man Value Lux said on a video I just watched of his, which was beautiful, guys. Y'all need to go to his channel and watch it. When the most simple things in life are free. The most simple things in life are free. You dig? Like conversation, quality time with somebody. I'm not talking on this phone, man. If I had it my way, I would go get a pager. Because if I had a pager, then you could just page me, and then it would still be my choice when to call you back. But see, what these phones have also done is people don't appreciate time anymore. They're in a rush for all of your time. They want to use it all at once. Like I said, when I was growing up, if you called a person back, if a person called you and they received a phone call back that day, they was happy. Now, because of these phones, you got people, if you don't text them back within 2 minutes, they got a whole attitude with you. My why, I'm trying to bring that old school feeling back, that real feeling back, the most basic way of doing things back. Because you know why? The most basic way of doing things will always work. They will always work, no matter what. I have a lot of people, that I do consultations with. Got a lot of people I mentor, a lot of people I speak to, and especially with the younger generation, even with the older generation, everybody has one thing in common: communication. Communication rules the nation. The communication skills are lacking, and it's not your fault. It is not. Believe me, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that the communication skills are lacking, especially in the younger generation. So y'all ask me, my why. I'm trying to bring that back so y'all can know how that feels. I want y'all to know how it feels. To not have to use this phone right here, and to be able to be out in public, see a beautiful woman that you like, or see a beautiful man, because hey, I'm rainbow community friendly. You see a man that you want, or a transgendered person, whoever it is you want, the person that pique your interest, and you have the intestinal fortitude, you have the courage, you have the conversation to just walk up and start talking to them and having a general conversation. Do you guys know how hard that is for some of y'all? It's hard for some of y'all to do that. You can't do it. It's the most basic way of communicating, and it always works. See, but the reason why you're unable to do that is because when you guys have this basic way of communication, you have an expectation of your outcome. You're expecting a certain outcome. When you walk up to that person that you might be attracted to, in your mind, you think, oh, they look good, so I'm trying to get them cookies. But when you take all that away and learn how to just spend some time just talking, you develop a whole different level of game, a whole different level of your mindset. You resonate and you start vibrating on a higher level that, man, them cookies not even important to you. So boom, let me take it back to some old school game. So now we come from a time where people would call your house, people would really call your house, and they might get the wrong number. It might be a woman, might be a man, depending on who you are. And you talk to them, hey, oh, no, you got the wrong number. And they might ask you, they might say, you look like you sound good. You sound like you look good. And you might meet a woman over the phone. You might talk to this woman for 2, 3, 4 weeks. You might meet her, and she might be bad as hell. Now, sometimes they wasn't always bad, but I mean, you was able to start communicating on a different level. It's no different than how you guys jump in the DM. The DM was a whole different way back in the day. You know, it didn't have these phones, and then you would get hooked up. See, y'all don't know nothing about that in this generation. I'm trying to bring it back to the old school days where you got hooked up, where you had to have some conversation. So I'm out with my best friend, and now you out with your homegirl. Now I got a friend, and then now we talking on the phone, right? And you gonna ask me, somebody's gonna always ask, hey, you got a hookup for my friend? Sure I do. Now, when you get the hookup and you get on the phone with that person, remember, you couldn't see what that person looked like. The most simple way of doing things. Now y'all can look at everybody and see everything about them and all the things that you shouldn't have about them, all the vices and devices about them, and all the lustful things you want to do about them instead of getting to know them. You understand what I'm saying? So back in the day, man, when you get on that phone, with them, and now you popping at them for a couple hours a day. You might be talking to them for a couple of weeks. Now it's time to meet. All the time, that person did not look the way that they described themselves. You know what I'm saying? They didn't. But it was a little bit easier on your mind, body, and spirit because you had already built up some type of relationship with them because you was talking to them. You was doing the most basic thing. So why do I do what I do? This is why I do it, guys. See, the most basic way of doing things will always work. When my daughter will get on here and tell you, I had a Webster's dictionary about this thick. I would not allow my kids to look up stuff on the phone until they could look through a dictionary. The most basic way of doing things. Because if they ever took this phone away, well, you still need to be able to look up your words. You still need to be able to spell. You still need to be able to, articulate yourself. The most basic way of doing things. Guys, I don't believe in using debit cards. I don't use debit cards. I use cash. You know why? Cash is going to always work. The most basic way of doing things. See, I'm bringing an old school feeling back to the world. Guys, let me tell you something. And another thing, started like a few weeks ago. I don't watch anybody's YouTube that is not organic. That's another part about being the best version of yourself. What you putting inside of your head, man. We on team real around here. We on team one stack around here. We one stack maniacs. We keeping it 1,000. We some maniacs that keep it 1,000 around here. We not watching people channel that got all this fake stuff on it. They got all this fake content on it. They got all this artificially intelligent stuff on it. We not watching that, putting that stuff in our brain. So y'all ask me again, why do I do this? That's my why. Why do I do this, man? I want y'all younger generation to know how it feels, to know how it feels to wake up. Matter of fact, let me backtrack. When I was a kid, every Saturday morning, I would wake up to hearing the birds chirping outside. I would hear the birds chirping outside every Saturday morning. Now, as you get older and older and older, and you start getting more responsibilities, you so busy, you don't appreciate the small things in life anymore. And I often ask people this: when's the last time you woke up listening to the birds chirp? And most people gonna tell me, never. It's been a while. But guess what? Them birds are still outside. They chirping every day, not just on Saturday. You just don't take the time to listen to them. The simple things in life. The simple things in life are so free. So yeah, what is my why? I'm bringing back the old school. And once y'all start rocking with me even more, and you guys see how basic I keep life, how cheap I keep life by getting up. It don't cost you nothing to wake up at 3 a.m. It don't cost you nothing out your pocket to do that. It costs you a little bit of time, and it costs you some patience, and it costs you some discipline. It don't cost you nothing to start reading something motivational when you get up. It don't cost you what it costs you to read this. It don't cost you nothing to start reading nothing motivational and get into your word in the morning. That don't cost you nothing. It doesn't cost you to listen to give yourself some positive affirmations in the morning. Actually all day, but especially first thing in the morning. That don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing not to stay off of this right here for the first 3 hours of you getting up. That don't cost you anything. It don't cost you nothing to start to work out, to get a workout in the morning. That don't cost you nothing. Now, everything that I just gave you just right there alone has set your day, let alone and actually your entire life for success by developing some good habits, and it didn't cost you nothing. But y'all younger generation, all y'all understand is Uber Eats, Lyft Eats, dating apps on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Playing video games on your phone. Man, I wish I would play a video game on my phone. Making a YouTube channel where you play your video games so other people can watch you. Guys, that's unmanlike. You know, you're never gonna grow from doing that. See, because money don't make you grow, guys. See, getting in your own lane does. So y'all ask me, why do I do this? Man, I'm trying to bring back that old school feeling, man. I want y'all to know, man, I want y'all to know the basic way of doing things will make you feel like a king or a queen. See, I want to help you get your conversation up. I want to allow you to be in a room with other people and not be able to get on this phone right here and just be able to communicate with anybody on any type of level, whether they talking about stocks, whether they talking about bonds, whether they talking about religion, whether they talking about some street stuff, whether they talking about exercise. Your conversation got to be long as train smoke. Can you dig it? That's why I do what I do. But guys, what is your why? I ask you, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Why do you smoke weed every day? Why do you drink every day to excessive drinking? Why do you do that? Why do you cheat on your girl? Why do you sleep with multiple women? Why do you gamble? Why are you so busy making excuses in your life that you cannot be the best version of yourself? Why have you not booked a consultation with me? And you see me living this stuff each and every day, doing everything I said I was going to do, keeping my promises. Why? And if you guys were face to face with me right now, you know what you would say? I don't know. I don't know. But in reality, the answer to all those questions is real simple. You do those things because that's what you want to do. See, that's a grown man answer. I do those things because I want to do those things. That's why. But now it's time to change your why. If you think it's worth it, I think it's worth it. You know, why do you exist? And guys, until you know what your why is in life, and you got to have a positive why, a real why. Like, damn, why do I do this? Until you do that and you're working on yourself, guys, you shouldn't be dating. You should not be trying to date, man or woman. Until you know what your why is, you shouldn't be up playing no video games and wasting your time doing stuff like that. Until you know what your why is, you shouldn't be hanging out with your so-called friends who are probably headed nowhere and trying to take you with them nowhere, because they don't know what their why is and why they exist either. If you don't know what your why is, you shouldn't be doing anything but sitting down, reading a book, learning to spend some time with yourself, understand, figuring out your whys and your values and why you do what you do to become the best version of yourself and what's needed to be at your best. That's the only thing you need to be doing first, because you have to be a man before you be anything. You have to be a woman before you're anything. And then the rest of that stuff fall in place. But you have to know your why, guys. You have to know your why. Now, you know, Coach Juan Stagg, man, I ain't here to hurt you. I ain't here to talk about you. Like I told you, sometimes I gotta spank you on the bottom a little bit and put a little bit of baby powder on and rub it and make it feel good for you, because I love you. You're family to me. I want you to be the best version of yourself. But you need to know why you do what you do. Because if you don't know, how you expect anybody else to know? And you will be treated as such. But other than that, guys, man, subscribe to the channel, man. Stop playing. Stop, man. Why haven't I got a new subscriber in like 3-4 days? I should be getting subscribers up the yin yang. I think I got good stuff to talk about. But hey, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop this content. You did? And then, of course, like the video and share the content. And have a beautiful day. And remember, be at your best, man. Build esteem of self through thinking. At my best. At my best. You see it every day. Be at your best in everything you do. Have a blessed day.